wanna la la la. I wanna la. I wanna la la la. I wanna la. I wanna la la la.
Welcome to episode number 9 of JSE SENS'd. This is where we make sense make sense, so you can make sense. Just like all of our other episodes, this episode is not intended and must not be taken as financial advice. Financial advisors are trained professionals who consider your entire financial situation before giving you recommendations. It's not even enough to be taken as educational material. We do, however, have educational material. Just reach out to us on the WhatsApp number in the description box. JSE SENS'd is strictly for commentary and informational purposes, and we encourage you to verify the information you find in these episodes if you are investing on your own. The first company we are going to be talking about is ASSURA PLC. This is the company that PHP, the one that we spoke about on the previous episode, and another company called Conduit were fighting over. They are both trying to take over ASSURA PLC, right? So let me provide you a little context. So Conduit was the one that made the first offer to want to take over ASSURA, but PHP made a competing offer. They also wanted to take over ASSURA, right? ASSURA looked at both the offers and it decided to go with Conduit. So the ASSURA board members, they told the shareholders that they shouldn't make any action on the PHP offer, but instead accept the Conduit offer, right? PHP came back very quickly and spoke directly to ASSURA shareholders. I've covered this in the previous episode, and said, don't take no action based on what the board members are telling you, because we have a revised offer, meaning a counter competing offer on top of the original one that they had, right? ASSURA board members were like, okay, wait, let's look at the offers again after PHP has revised their offer. Now, yesterday, ASSURA announced that the board members announced that the shareholders should make no action towards the Conduit offer. This is what they said in their own words from the horse's mouth. The ASSURA board unanimously recommends that ASSURA shareholders take no action in respect of their ASSURA shares in relation to the Conduit offer. Remember, they issued a similar statement telling their shareholders that they should take no action in respect of PHP because they wanted to go with Conduit. But now PHP offered a revised offer and they're telling their shareholders to take no action against Conduit. They want to go with PHP. So they issued two announcements actually yesterday, which is a special for our series, our JSE SENS'd show, because we've never had something like this. So that was the first one. The second announcement they issued goes under the terms of the revised offer from PHP. ASSURA shareholders will be entitled to receive a special dividend of up to 84 pence. Remember, they are incorporated in England, so their cents are pence. And at the time of preparing this video, 84 pence was somewhere around 19 rands in Great Britain, if you compare Great Britain pounds to South African rand, right? But this dividend has certain conditions. The first condition is that PHP's offer must be official. And the second condition is that they have to wait for an approval from South African Reserve Bank for them to pay out this dividend. So if none of these conditions are satisfied, then you shareholders of ASSURA are not going to be getting this dividend, but if everything goes well, then you're going to be getting a special dividend so that it can fast track the takeover issue. And mind you, ASSURA is also one of those property companies that pay dividends 4 times a year, so they don't want to disrupt that next dividend for the 3rd quarter, and hence that's why they are now going to be paying this special dividend. Now, if you don't own ASSURA and you want to take advantage of this takeover, you want to buy ASSURA just so that you can get this dividend, it is listed on the JSE with a ticker symbol AHR. And ASSURA is currently trading for 12.14 cents at the time of making the video, and it has an all-time high of 15 rands per share. So remember, even if you're going to be trading this takeover, buying ASSURA so that you can get this 19 rands or 18 rands something, because currencies fluctuate, if you want to take advantage of this special dividend, there's still taxes, so make your calculations wisely, because dividends come with a 20% withholding tax. Now, let me know what you think about ASSURA on WhatsApp or in the comment section. The second company we are going to be talking about is MC Mining. MC Mining is another young South African miner. South Africa has a lot of minerals, so we have a lot of mining companies, big ones and small ones. It's listed on the JSE with the ticker symbol MCZ. And yesterday, they released an announcement. The title of the announcement says, MC Mining's still making coal strategy enters new growth phase through a reimagined 8 Comst colliery. So MC Mining is pleased to announce that its subsidiary, meaning a company they own, 8 Comst colliery, has commenced with the turnaround plan. So by now we should already know that when a company has a turnaround plan, it means it's been operating, but things haven't been going so well. So now they have a turnaround plan to try and revive it, right? So that's what's happening to MC Mining's subsidiary, 8 Comst colliery. They also continue to say that, I almost missed my point. They provide the domestic steel industry with much needed import substitution. This was quite important when I was preparing this video, because if you can remember the problems that ArcelorMittal is complaining about, specifically the cheap imports that are coming into South Africa, MC Mining claims that if all goes well, they are going to be able to provide those much needed import substitutions. So now ArcelorMittal will be able to find those things internally, or even other companies that are contributing to the weakness of ArcelorMittal, because these imports are cheap and much needed to the steel industry. So the announcement continues to say, MC Mining's flagship project, which is the Mercado project in Venda, Limpopo, is due for commissioning in December 2025, and it stands to be the largest hard coking coal producer in the country, where the steel industry currently imports its hard coking coal needs. So that goes to explain what I just told you. MC Mining believes that if all goes well, the turnaround strategy should help them replace the needs that the steel industry is importing some products for. So they should be able to provide those products, which is going to be cheaper because now it's coming from South Africa. So the key focus areas of the turnaround plan are to reconfigure underground mining layouts to streamline operational efficiencies and resource deployment, implement code handling and processing plant modifications to improve coal product yields, reduce workforce numbers from 430 to 366 with minimal forced retrenchments, and enter into longer-term coal offtake agreements to stabilize price certainty. So yeah, part of the turnaround plan includes cutting jobs, which is not nice. And it's a small mining company. So hopefully if everything goes well, they'll bring those jobs back. Plus, I think they mentioned in that they want to do minimal forced retrenchments. So maybe they're going to place them somewhere else, who knows? But yeah, it's part of their turnaround strategy. The small mining company is currently trading for R1.50 per share, and it has an all-time high of R14.50 per share, which it achieved in 2019. So it's currently trading down 90% from the all-time high. So I guess it was going well around 14 rands, and then it had problems, started dropping to R1.50, and now they're talking about turnaround plans, retrenchments, stuff like that. So I don't know, you can let me know what you think about MC Mining in the comment section. The third company in today's episode is ENX Group. It's an industrials company. It supplies miners and construction companies with like much needed products like, what do they call these belts that they transport their stuff with? I think they call them fan belts or something. I'm not technical, I'm a finance guy. And chemicals, but the mining companies are not really going to the market to buy a lot of stuff for themselves. They usually have these type of companies that go around the world sourcing the best products they can use, even chemicals, and they sell them to those miners. You can think about Hudaco. So if you are doing your EV/EBITDA calculations and trying to compare ENX, you will choose a company like Hudaco. Another company we spoke about it in the very first episode called Omnia. So they are pretty much competitors. They are operating in the industrial sector. ENX is listed on the JSE with the ticker symbol ENX. So yesterday, they released an announcement letting you know that 3 companies that already owned their shares have increased it. I don't know what they know, but the first company goes by the name of Lock Stock Investments. It now holds about 7.07% of the total issued shares of ENX. The second company is Beckley Capital. It now owns about 5.22% of the total shares issued by ENX, and the third company is Skillganon CC. It now owns about 6.66% of ENX Capital. To tell you the truth, I didn't even know about ENX Group, excuse the capital. I didn't know about ENX Group until this video. So that goes on to show you the importance of JSE SENS'd, right? And also our show, which is an extension of JSE SENS'd. Now you have someone who's putting these things out much more simpler to you. You get to find out about new companies, right? I myself am learning and finding out about all these new companies from making this show. I didn't know about ENX until yesterday, and then I looked into them and I found that they are currently trading around R4.91 per share, but they have an all-time high of 30 rands per share, which they achieved since 2015. Let me know if you knew ENX Group before this video or not in the comment section. The fourth company we are going to be talking about is CND, Conduit Capital. If you watched yesterday's episode, I have referenced Conduit Capital somewhere when I was talking about that one guy who's busy buying up Finbond shares. His name is Sean Reskovitz, and this guy is the CEO of Conduit Capital. So yesterday, Conduit also released an announcement on SENS'd. It's listed on the JSE with the ticker symbol CND. So yesterday, they reminded the market of the cautionary announcement that they once issued. So if you try to search Conduit Capital, you will realize that its shares were suspended, right? And yesterday they were renewing that cautionary announcement to say, if you are going to be trading in their shares, be cautious, be careful, right? So they also give you some context on why they say so. The first point says that the High Court has granted Conduit an order to place CICL into liquidation. CICL is the main subsidiary of Conduit Capital. So Conduit Capital is an investment firm, right? So one of their companies that they are investing into, and a big one, has been placed into liquidation, meaning they are going to sell its assets and liquidate the company. So now, with that happening, CND Conduit had to be placed on suspension because they don't know just how much that liquidation is going to affect them, right? So let me read from the horse's mouth. As a result of the ongoing engagement with the liquidator, there are still uncertainties around the full impact of the order that was granted by the court on the Conduit Capital business, as well as the publishing of its audited financial results for the year ended 2023. So given that CICL was Conduit Capital's main subsidiary and the continuing uncertainty of the impact, shareholders are advised to continue to exercise caution when dealing in the company's securities until a further announcement is made. So remember, this guy, the CEO of Conduit, has been buying too much Finbond. Could this mean he's been doing that because his own company, the company he's leading, has been placed on suspension? Maybe this is the money he was going to put behind the company that he's leading, Conduit. But since it's under suspension, he's been channeling that money into Finbond. But still, he can't just buy Finbond if he doesn't know something about how it's going to perform in future, because that will be like throwing away money. So that's why I kept on asking, what does this guy know? So anyway, Conduit Capital is currently around 4 cents per share. So it's suspended, you can't buy these shares. And it has an all-time high of 3.50 Rand that it achieved in 2015. So yeah, let me know what you think about Sean Reskovitz and whether you think he's been channeling this money into FinTrack because of what's happening to Conduit, or maybe he knows something about Finbond. What do you know about Finbond? Let me know in the comment section or on WhatsApp, since most of you would rather send me comments on WhatsApp. Take it to WhatsApp, it's fine. The fifth and final company we're going to be talking about in today's episode is AVI Limited. And this is a big one. AVI Limited is a holdings company which has a lot more other companies or brands inside of it, under it, right? It's listed on the JSE with the ticker symbol AVI. Listen to this. AVI is home to Spades. You know Spades, where they're selling cavellas and stuff, that shop belongs to AVI. It's home to Five Roses, the tea. It's home to Fresh Pack, the tea. It's home to Trino, the tea. It's home to Ellis Brown, the powder milk or powder creamer for tea. I'll put all these brands on the screen. It's home to Bakers, Baker's Biscuits. It's home to Wheelers, the chips, potato chips, right? Coffee Haze, that's another coffee brand. It's home to Provita. It's home to Yardley, London. How many of the brands did I read and you actually know? I bet all of them, because they own far more brands than this. I just quoted the ones that I personally know, and I'm guessing you know them too. It's home to Frisco, you know that. It's home to Lindbergh, you know that. Listen, AVI is home to Cat Geiger, home to Lacoste, home to Carvela, as we know it. It's home to Conduit, and many other brands that I don't know. This is a giant, man. How many brands did I just count right now? And I personally know all of these. I didn't know they belong to AVI. I just found out. So yesterday they issued an announcement to say that one of the companies that used to invest into them has actually reduced the holdings that they had into AVI. The company's name is IKEA Investment Management Limited. It has decreased its beneficial interest to just 4.1%. They didn't say how much it was before, but they just mentioned it has decreased it to 4.1%, which is still a lot if you look at AVI's total shares issued. Would you be selling a company like AVI if you owned it? Unless it's really necessary, man. This is like you go into Pick n Pay, ShopRite, Checkers, and all you see is AVI, man. I mean, all these brands that I've been counting out here. Yeah, AVI is trading at 94 rands per share as we speak, and it is an all-time high of 125 rands that it achieved in November 2024. So let me know if you knew about AVI and whether you knew that they own Carvela, bro, Cat Geiger, Lacoste, Frisco, Five Roses, Fresh Pack. What? That's crazy. Now this makes the end of our episode today. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Hey man, according to me, this is the best show for investment research. I myself am finding out so much about companies when I'm preparing these videos, and I can only imagine if you are investing on your own on Rockstock, Easy Equities or Frank, and you find a show like this where you can find out about all these companies and how much they're trading at, their previous all-time highs. All that's really left for you to do is find the company that you like and look at their balance sheet. Once you're convinced, then you buy it. Like, it could be that simple. So I don't know, man, but I'm very bullish on JSE SENS'd. This is where we make sense make sense, so you can make sense.
I'm feeling you, I'm feeling you. KC, you're feeling cold. Niggas on the run when they hear my name. Niggas like I don't know that. I got a label, meaning I'm on the table. We're owners of that label that you're wearing today.